Lovely to be here, and I'm really pleased as well. The last time I did a talk in a church, the lectern was higher than me, so I'm very pleased that you can all see me. Um, so, so I would like to introduce, first of all, who Give a Little is, because I'm sure many of you haven't heard of us. We are a mission-led organisation. We aim to be the most affordable, flexible, and easy to use way for charities to collect cashless donations. And as you can see from, well, you can't see actually, but every time I do one of these talks, the numbers have changed. And so we almost now work with 9,000 charities, and we've helped them raise over £40 million. And those numbers are just growing and growing and growing. For example, it took 3 years for the charities in our community to raise 10 million, then just 11 months to get to the next 10 million, then 7 months to get to the next 10 million, so on. So as part of those charities that we work with, have a very strong relationship with the Church of England. So for the last 4 years, we've had an annual agreement with them that means that every church in England can use Give a Little for free. We've just been working with them on a really interesting sustainability pilot called Give to Go Green, and we've built some match funding technology with them. So their big ambition is to get the churches to go to net zero, and they've been doing some really incredible work getting the churches to actually do fundraising, which is probably not natural sort of thing for churches to do. So that's been a fantastic experience, and that's going to be rolling out the next couple of years with them. So I wanted to start with a case study. So this church here is St. Peter's in Martindale in the Lake District. They doubled their donations by going cashless. So they have a very, very small congregation, and they're very popular with walkers in the lakes. And what the walkers would tend to do is give like £1 or so and put it in the wall safe. And there's a lady at the church called Janet. She's a really formidable character. She's the organist. And she thought, no, we need to have cashless technology. And she convinced the PCC to get a collecting contactless donation box, which you can see on the stand behind me, which uses our software. But there was a problem. The church didn't have any connectivity whatsoever. And obviously you need Wi-Fi or mobile data, or you need some kind of connectivity to do well with cashless. So she got a high gain antenna affixed to the gutter, and to enable the collecting to work. And since installing that, the average donation value had gone up to £4. And actually the walkers, or just people in general, would actually go to the church as the destination to get on the Wi-Fi. And she was really proud that people were even booking their tickets home and things like that, and doing really important things using the connectivity that she had. I always feel like with cashless technology, there's often a real champion, an individual who really champions the technology and helps get buy-in from people who are perhaps a little bit reluctant to embrace new technology. And she also used QR codes on order of service, so printed materials at carol services and things, which is another thing you can do with Give a Little. So what are the benefits of cashless giving? So number one, obviously, no need to handle cash. So you don't have to take cash to the bank. You don't have to worry about people stealing cash either, which we all know is unfortunately something that does happen. You get higher average donation values with cashless technology. Now with Janet's situation, she got to £4, but actually the average contactless donation on Give a Little is £10. You can also take very large donations with cashless technology because you've got chip and pin, and also digital wallet payments, which is Apple Pay, Google Pay. You can donate high amounts, and you often get people donating spontaneously. So we have some lovely examples sort of outside of the church sector. For example, we work with a charity called Wet Wheels, which helps people with disabilities get on a boat and go sailing. And one family had such a great experience, so they wanted to make a donation there and then, and they donated £1,000. And they probably wouldn't have done that. They probably wouldn't have gone home and gone onto the website and made that donation. They were in that moment. And we do have situations in churches as well when people make large donations. You can also learn who your donors are. I heard the lady before talking about thanking your donors. So if you ask for your donors' marketing info, so it's their email address, then you can know who your donors are. They don't need to be anonymous donations. So you can thank your donors. And also with our software, at least you can design a really nice thank you screen. So when someone makes a donation, you can thank them. Gift aid, so you can raise more with gift aid, and we actually worked with the Church of England to develop some new features around the gift aid small donation scheme. So that's something that we were really keen to do with them. You can also track and segment your income with the software. So you can have campaigns for general donations, you can have campaigns for events, you can have campaigns for, raising money to fix the roof. And then the funds are then, you can very easily segment those funds and make sure they go into the right pot. And you can also display lists of campaigns, so you can allow the donor to choose which fund they would like to donate to. And yeah, the main thing really is that you can prevent donors walking away because they don't have cash, which happens, increasingly these days. And I did mention connectivity. We've recently, so we work with two different payment processors, SumUp and Stripe. And we wanted to introduce Stripe because you can take donations offline with Stripe. So there are always ways, even if you don't have good connectivity. And then the other really big message that I would give is that donating needs to be as easy as possible. And I always like to use statistics from general e-commerce and the retail sector because it's very much the same for charitable donations. So 60% of e-commerce customers abandon their cart if they can't use their preferred payment method. And so for me, that's Apple Pay. So if I'm, attracted to an advert on Facebook or Instagram, which, I am too often, if I can't if I can't pay with Apple Pay and I have to put my 16-digit card number in, I just, can't be bothered. So I just don't do it. And 60% of the global population will be using digital wallets. So that's Apple Pay and Google Pay by 2026. So it's really, really growing, that technology. And I often talk about even the death of the payment card. So forget about the death of cash. It's actually the payment card is probably going to okay, I've only got 2 minutes, so I'm going to go quite quickly. So I wanted to just talk about a couple of myths that I would like to bust, because a lot of charities, when I talk to them, say, oh, our volunteers of an older generation, they're not going to be able to embrace this technology. But actually 65 plus is the fastest growing users of contactless for the 3rd year in a row. And 80% of 85 to 95-year-olds are now using contactless. So it's really not an excuse to embrace cashless technology. And then some top tips. There's a lot of psychology in cashless technology. Always display a larger donation value than you think people will donate. It just is the case. People often just go in the middle. And just experiment with different types of devices. You can get your hands on with some of the devices I brought with me. QR codes as well, always worth trying. Put signage around your point of donation, make sure people know, where it is. And we recommend having moving images, so slideshows to draw the eye. And yeah, sorry, I sped through that because I only had 2 minutes to go. So I think I actually did achieve the 10 minutes. But yeah, please do come and say hello, ask any questions. There's always a lot to learn about cashless technology, and I could talk about it forever.